Craig, Mike, let me have your attention for a moment. So you're talking about what? You're bitching about that opportunity you shot. Some son of a bitch that doesn't want to listen to the show. Somebody that doesn't want what we're recording. Some broad you're trying to screw and so forth. Let's talk about something important. Hey, put that beer down. Beer's for closers only. Do you think I'm fucking with you? I'm not fucking with you. I'm here from downtown. And I'm here on a mission of mercy. What's your name, Mike? Call yourself a radio guy, you son of a bitch? What's that? You don't want to listen to this shit? Fine. You'd rather go grill up some kebabs and make the show better? Well, you don't have to. Because the good news is, you're fired. Bad news is, all of you got just 1 week to regain your jobs. Starting tonight. Oh, I got your attention now. Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's podcast contest. As you all know, the first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anyone want to see second prize? Second prize is a set of steak knives. Third prize is you're fired. Get the picture? You laughing now? You got opportunities. I paid good money to get these names to broadcast to. You can't get the listeners you're given. You can't get shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it because you're going out. I can hear you already. Our listeners are weak. Fucking listeners are weak? You're weak. I've been in this business 15 months. I know what I'm talking about. I bet you're saying, who does this guy think he is? Fuck you. That's who I am. You know why, mister? Because you drove a Subaru to get here tonight, parked right next to my $80,000 BMW. That's who I am. But you clowns, you can't play in a man's game. You can't close them. And you go home and tell your wife your troubles. There's only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. You hear me, you fucking bitches? A, B, C. A, always. B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. Over here, AIDA. Attention, interest, decision, action. Attention. Do I have your attention? Interest. Are you interested? I know you are because it's fuck or walk. You close or you hit the bricks. Decision. Have you made your decision for Christ's sake? And action. AIDA. Get out there. You got the listeners coming in. You think they went to a podcast to get out of the rain? Guy doesn't walk on the lot unless he wants to buy. Sitting out there waiting to give you their money. Are you going to take it? Are you man enough to take it? What's the problem, pal? You, Craig. You see this watch? You see this watch? That watch costs more than your car. I got 970,000 downloads last year. How many did you get? You see, pal, that's who I am. And you're nothing. Nice guy? I don't give a shit. Good parent? Fuck you. Go home and play with your kids. You want to record here? Then fucking close. You think this is abuse? You think this is abuse, you cocksucker? You can't take this. How can you take the abuse you get on a sit? You don't like it? Leave. I can go out there tonight with the materials you got and get myself 15,000 listeners. Tonight, in 2 hours. Can you? Can you? Go and do likewise. AIDA. Get mad. You sons of bitches, get mad. You know what it takes to close listeners to download your show? It takes brass balls to get listeners. Go and do likewise, gents. The audience is out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I have no sympathy for you. You want to go out tonight and close? Close. It's yours. If not, you're going to be shining my shoes. Bunch of losers sitting around in a basement. Oh yeah, I used to be a podcaster. It's a tough racket. These are our new leads. These are the Joe Rogan leads. And to you, they're gold. And you don't get them. Why? Because to give them to you is just throwing them away. They're for closers. I'd wish you good luck, but you wouldn't know what to do with it if you got it. And to answer your question, pal, why am I here? I came here because Chip and Kumia asked me to. They asked me for a favor. I said the real favor, follow my advice, and fire their fucking asses because a loser is a loser. Now hold my balls and hit my music.
Hello, welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Craig. I'm here with Mike and Brad. So what's going on, guys? That was that.
Well, we were just here.
Yeah, we were Tuesday.
We were Monday, right?
Was it Monday? Tuesday?
Oh, it was Tuesday.
Seems like yesterday, actually.
No, it was Monday.
It was
Yeah,
Monday.
it was Monday night. Yeah. You're right.
We're
But,
here Friday. We're back in the garage.
Back in the garage.
This
Studio
is now our
B.
third consecutive show in Studio B.
Yep.
And
Well,
I'm
it's third for you guys, second for me.
Yeah, second for you. Yep. You bailed on the first one. That's right. Forgot
And,
about
It's
that.
a good thing, too, from what I hear.
the last. I gotta tell you, I liked the last episode. I felt terrible though, man. I felt
Yeah.
awful for a couple of reasons. One, for Sanjay, he really busted his ass, and we just couldn't get the sound right.
No, and he can't. And it was. I feel bad because he came here out of like, oh yeah, let me help you guys out. He, you know what I mean. He
I called him
made
at
time to come here.
Moment's notice.
Yeah, and he made time to come here, and he did it with the show, and then it didn't work out. And it was just bad.
There was an audio balance thing that wasn't working. He was right on the mic, and we probably should have caught that sooner.
Yeah,
he was
that
really
was the
fuzzy
thing.
and things like, and it wasn't doing justice to what he had to say. So I think what we should do is next time we can get him down here, and he travels the world like 1,000 times over.
Goes
Yeah,
everywhere.
he does.
So when we can actually nail him down, it's like nailing Jello to a wall. But when we get him back down here, I think it'll be. I think we'll cover some of the same topics, and we'll let him get his words in because
definitely.
he's earned that. So Sanjay, I appreciate when we got Jenna's line in, and I think that was important. We got that into
I was
the
able to
episode.
get that in. That was, you know what I mean. That was good. Yeah, some of the stuff that I thought I was like, oh, we'll be able to use this section. And then as I tried to fix it, it just got worse and worse. But anyway, other than that, how was your week?
Well, you heard my intro.
Yeah, Brad, you look tired, brother.
I do, and I was off today.
Yeah, today was your day off.
Today was my day off, and I rolled over, and I had one of those oh shit moments. Like
Yep.
you roll over, and your wife's not there, and you're like, fuck, what time is it? I've got to get to work. So I launch myself out of bed, and then I look at the clock, and it's like 11:30. I didn't go to bed till like 4 something last night.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking
When you
late.
said you rolled over and had no shit moment, I thought it was going to be like one of mine. Oh, shit, how am I going to clean this up?
Yeah,
But
Brad sent me a message, and I'm like, what the hell?
What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know.
Every time we record with you, it's like the fever dream gets worse.
Right? I know.
You're like
have
the
to be
audio
there.
equivalent
You have to
of
be
like the
there.
night terrors.
You have to be there. You have to wake
We
up.
are here.
We are here.
No, you have to be there.
Yeah.
Not here.
Oh God, would you go there?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go there right now.
Oh, shit. Well, anyway, how was your week?
Oh, it was awesome.
It was great. Rainbows. It was great. I like turtles.
Cars.
So you had your orientation with that new place that sells
Yeah.
sells
So,
things off trees.
I start week after next.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
I guess
And what
it's
is your official title? What are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna be freaking stocking shelves like a jackass. Man. I love it.
Well,
Hey.
that's how you do everything, so
Hey,
it works
you know,
out.
well,
Yep.
what the fuck? Fuck you guys.
Hey, that's it. You know?
Give a shit, man. I'll be out of there at 10 in the morning every day.
I thought he was saying I was be out of there in 2 weeks.
That's
Well, that's the over-under.
Next
Oh,
week.
really?
We got next week's episode.
The line is 14 days. Let's call it an official 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
We should
But,
call Sanjay. He's got the gambling.
He's
inside.
got, yeah. We'll talk about previous jobs.
Wow, good
Give him
idea.
give him the whole thing, and
Let's
we'll get
do
the
it.
rundown.
Let's do it.
But
All right, so fuck you guys. Anyway, that's how this week went. And Craig, how did your fucking week go?
yeah, you know,
Great.
I don't know. I made a big mistake in an editing error. It was a stupid mistake. It wasn't big. It was stupid.
We haven't had any luck since we moved to Studio B. I'm wondering.
Yep.
It's cursed.
Nah.
It's cursed.
No, it's
yeah.
not.
It's the Amityville studio.
It was a simple thing because I got up in the morning. Brad said, "No, let's remove this section. It's not working. You know, the audio was bad." So I get up in the morning, I run upstairs, immediately edit it quick. I'm like, okay, done. And it was just a fucked up thing with the files, and I fucked up, and it left a big, huge gap at the end of the fucking thing.
Like your bung.
It wasn't a gap. It was very soothing.
Yeah,
It was
that's what
21
was.
minutes
It was
and 40
zen.
seconds of silence.
It was zen.
And then out of nowhere, just as you really hit that moment of nirvana, okay, and your body is centered and your mind is clear and you suddenly have perspective on life, out of nowhere,
music just kicked in at 23 minutes of silence. But yeah, it was just a dumb mistake. It was simple and stupid. I figured it out in seconds. You know what I mean? Like, well, first
In seconds.
I did.
It was more like
because
24 hours.
Thank
guy.
God. Well, no, thank God. Thank God Brad has the sleeping habits of a meth addict, because I get up in the morning to go to work. I look at my phone. There's a message from Brad, and he's like, "Dude, there's like 23. There's no outro music and like 23 minutes of dead air."
Yeah, I saw
But then
that.
I look in the corner. It says 3:44 a.m. Brad sent it to me.
I wasn't even done drinking yet.
Yeah, I was like, "Holy shit!"
My
So-
goal is to go to bed just as you wake up.
It was close.
I
It was fucking close.
I don't understand why you get up that early in the morning. What are you accomplishing that early?
TV.
Oh no, TV. Yeah, I watch
Shows.
TV.
Okay, what do you
I
think I'm
read.
doing?
I read a bunch of
What's
stuff.
the matter which end of the day we're doing it? I'm up, I'm listening to the podcast, I'm listening to music, and I'm watching TV.
You're hammered.
Okay, and you're exhausted.
No, I'm just kidding.
I need drinks, you need coffee. What's the fucking difference?
No, I'm just kidding.
But you get out of bed. We've
Yeah.
covered this already, but you get out of bed to make yourself a cup of coffee just to sit your ass back down.
Yeah.
What are you accomplishing?
Nothing. But I sit down. It's night. I need time before I start.
And I need
I'm
time
going to
after.
Work.
I
You know what
I
I
need
mean?
time
Like,
after.
I'm-
My wife always, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
but
that's fine.
My wife always asks me, she's like, why don't you just come to bed with me? She goes to bed like midnight. And I'm like, I have no desire. I work till 10 o'clock almost every night for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing this freelance shit and all that. So I can't just come down and be like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Well, that I get. If that was the case, if I was getting done with work at 10 o'clock, I probably wouldn't go to bed till like 2.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'll do that.
unwind.
Like even tonight, we'll leave here. I'll go home. I'll be up for another hour and a half
Watching
You
gay
know-
porn.
You know, yeah,
exactly.
There's that.
No,
But,
but yeah, the late. I mean, if you're out doing shit that late, you know.
yeah,
I
then
mean,
it's you
obviously,
need time to
gotta
wind
unwind.
down.
It's
but-
my time.
yeah.
And but now that the weather's nice, I'll usually do it out here.
Yeah.
And I'll sit in my yard. Now I got this little speaker, and I'll listen to our shows. I really do want us to get better, man. And that's why when I heard that 20 minutes of dead air, I said,
That's when he put the
That's
intro
right
together.
away. I was like, "Well, I don't know what happened." I thought something happened on the when I was rendering it to export it and stuff. And I'm sitting there. I was all mad. I'm like, I don't. And then after I sent it back, I fixed it. I sent it back. I was still like, I don't know what the hell happened. And then I'm sitting there and I look and I'm like, oh shit, that's what happened. I just seen the extra file on the side that I left there. I'm like, I used the wrong one.
Yeah.
And it was just such a simple thing. But it was my panic and not panic that day when you said take it out. I was like, let me do this before I go to work so we can get the episode out.
well, why does it
I
matter?
went
You know
down.
what? One of the things that we should mention is we joined a bunch of these podcast. I guess we'll call them support groups. Yeah. And it's a bunch of wannabe podcasters like ourselves.
Yes.
And wannabe radio guys and girls, and they're basically going to Facebook, and everybody. It's basically just a room full of people screaming, "Listen to me!"
Yeah, promoting your
And,
own stuff.
Well, we
and-
got a hit. We got somebody
Yeah.
who wanted to listen to us, and so we sent her an episode, and she seemed very nice, and she left us what mostly accounted to a nice review.
Yeah, she did. She gave us a good review.
The only thing that she missed was the entire purpose of the flashback.
Yes.
episode. We sent the flashback episode to her because it was our shortest, but also we think it gave the best cross-section of what we were all about.
Yeah.
And it made sense to us, and if you listen in the beginning, it's pretty obvious we're making fun of ourselves. Or so I thought.
Yeah.
Apparently obvious to us.
was not obvious.
It was
to
not
her.
obvious to her. So she actually said, these guys are really experienced at talking to each other on the microphone. But for some reason, they use canned laughter. And I'm like,
And,
oh,
like,
God, she thinks we
they
do
u-
that all
like,
the time.
Yeah,
that
like
was
they
so-
used laugh tracks. Like that was part of the fucking gimmick
freaking
that we
hurt
did.
me
Like
when
we
I
did a
read that
stupid.
because-
Yeah, I also don't
Yeah.
walk down Mike's steps, creaky steps with fucking tap shoes on.
It is not
And
always
it was
guys
just funny.
with
It was
fingers in
just
their
meant.
butts in
It
their
was just
basement.
meant to be
Not
funny
always.
thing. We used it to be corny and cheesy.
But now she put this review. The only time you see somebody reviewing our shit is her going, "Why do they have laugh tracks?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. And then on top of it, then our latest episode has this 20-minute meditation downtime period at the end. And then out of nowhere, again, just as you hit,
We keep them on their toes.
Yeah,
at
it was a
least,
long pause. A dramatic pause.
She do some snoring.
I mean, just to give you an idea how long it was, Mike went and got the mail and then came back to the house. 3 stops along the
shit.
way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So I've got a few things I got to mention. That was one of the many mistakes that we've been acknowledging lately. Christy pointed out to me, and it's been 8 hours since we mentioned Christy.
Yeah.
A few weeks back, we were talking about midgets. We were talking about midgets and midget cocks and all that, and I said the line, I want to know the street value of the Duggars.
Yep.
As it turns out, I confused the people who have too many kids with the midgets that have too many kids.
Oh.
Okay, so the Duggars are normal sized people.
With 1,000 kids.
Okay, with 1,000 kids.
yeah.
Like, literally, he can't stay off of this woman.
Yeah.
Her uterus is like, it looks like a crime scene. It's
Yeah,
just,
it must be hard. Like, gee, I could see her, like, she's pregnant, about 9-month mark. She's just walking through the living room. Kids are falling on the floor. She's like, oh, would you pick that up?
you should just slap Samsonite on there and be done with it.
Yeah.
Filthy. Just get off your wife. So I screwed that up. Then I realized last week I was talking about the princes from England, and I said, one of them I said Andrew, and I meant to say William.
William, yeah.
Okay, Andrew is some other guy in some other part of Europe. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm screwing these things up. We do drink a lot, and
We
I've been
do.
working a lot, and maybe I need a little more sleep.
Might be, too, because do you give a fuck about any of those people?
Exactly. If it was some we were like
I didn't
totally
care,
into,
but
we would
no.
know.
I got
If we're going to reach 80 people,
Yep.
I want those 80
Yeah.
people to get accurate. Spot-on
Yeah,
information.
nah.
But Christy right away texting me, those aren't the Duggars. And I'm like, first of all, it's the middle of the workday. Shouldn't you be teaching? Yeah. For fuck's sake. I know you're moving, but fucking keep your head in the game, kid.
She was
Today
teaching.
was
She
her,
was teaching you that it wasn't the yeah.
Today was her last day
Today was her last day.
Oh, was it? Oh, congratulations.
for that.
Congratulations.
Bittersweet, I'm sure, as she like bolts out of the school. Fuck yeah!
Just throwing her books in the air like a
Pushing the kids aside, like, get out of my way.
See that kid with crutches? Don't need to worry about him no more. So anyway, but that wasn't the only thing that happened to me. I should have mentioned this earlier, but fuck it, we're out of order. It's my garage. We'll do what I want. I had to pass on buying my first ever house. Now, I'm 42 fucking years old, but I've always had this New Yorker renter's mentality.
Yep.
And we've rented this house here for 7+ years now. And Melissa and I are like, look, we're not going anywhere. We need to stay, and we need to buy a house.
Yeah.
And so, as luck would have it, I've had a friend of mine who's been trying to put us in a house for years. So anytime he hears about real estate, he calls me. And we hadn't heard from him in a while. And then he reached out, and it seemed like the perfect house for us. 4 bedrooms. I had an office, a split level, nice size yard, screened in porch. It was ideal.
Nice.
And we figured since we're going to this guy directly and we're not dealing with a realtor, we'll be all right, So I go in and see the house. Now, if there was a way to capture like 1968 on a quarter acre, that's what this house looks like. I could imagine Mike Brady coming home and like banging one of his colleagues before Carol got home in this house.
Male colleague.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Sorry.
Captain Subtlety over there. But there was nothing subtle about this house either, so maybe it's appropriate.
Right.
Green shag rug, ankle high, and it felt new.
Yep.
It felt new.
shit.
Somebody went and green
They brushed
shag
it.
carpeted
Yeah.
this house.
They brushed it.
Everything was, there was the typical, and I can say this now, the typical Portuguese TV sitting on top of another TV.
Yep.
There was enough wood paneling to for kindling for
More
like
than my house?
Yeah.
you have
than
no
my
idea.
place?
You have no idea. This house, this entire house, you drop a match, boom, it's gone. It's just gone. And so this was a true time capsule. It was a testament to 1968 and everything that it stood for. So we came in with what we felt was a fair offer, considering there's probably $35,000 to $40,000 in renovation. and he comes back to us with a number $100,000 higher.
Yeah, you told me what your offer was, and you showed me the house.
Yeah.
And just by looking, I was like, that was a fair offer.
And he wouldn't even negotiate with us. We tried going back
Yeah.
and forth saying, hey, let's work on this.
Yep.
Okay, maybe you've never sold a house before. Because anybody who thought this house was worth nearly $400,000 has never sold a house before.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to say, if they filmed the show there, it would be called the I Wonder How to Get the Fuck Out of This Ass Ugly Home Years.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to say, I'd like to thank my friend from the bar
Yep.
that made this happen, and then I'd like to tell his friend to go eat a dick. This guy is the biggest clown. Honestly, this guy should be under golden arches selling burgers to fat kids with diabetes. Absolutely at no point did this guy have a clue what this house was. And on top of it, not only is he communicating with my wife via text, that's how official this was.
Oh, that was-
but he's
yeah.
got these two mystery sisters that are just like sitting and making all the shots, calling all the shots.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, my sisters say that this house is estimate for $400K. Okay, and she doesn't think you need nearly as much work as you do. Do you know what they're doing? They're sitting there and probably throwing fat boy bonbons in each other's mouths.
Yeah.
Because they're two beach whales. I know it. I
Trying
just
to-
know it.
Trying to get as much money out of their parents' house as they can.
Yeah.
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 Is what they're doing.
Either that, or he just created them so he can make them seem like the bad guy, and not him.
Maybe that's
You
a
know?
possibility
that
too.
could
But
be
either
it,
way,
too.
family of clowns.
Yeah.
Flying fucking Melendez.
Either way, they're idiots
Dude,
because I've
for
seen it.
for that price, there's not
It's
many.
it's in a beautiful
houses
location.
around.
It is a very nice.
It's on
house.
a dead
I didn't-
end, which I like.
I didn't get to see inside of it, but
cul-de-sac,
the way
right?
Brad described it, Brad would have to start wearing like his watch on the cuff of his sleeves, like over the top.
No,
You know, and get a perm. Just to fit in there. You know? Yeah, wearing like those tight ass polyester bell bottoms and hanging
with
out
no belt. The ones that just have the strap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I love those. They used to come in mint green.
Yeah.
Like the circulars in the Sunday paper would have the ads in the
leather
back.
short boots.
Why bother yourself with a belt? Just strap this fucker over and look like Peppermint Fatty over here.
Peppermint fatty.
Speaking of, actually, that's what his sisters are probably sitting there in two pairs of beach whale
no
polyester pants going, let's ask for $400K.
Yeah,
That's
going-
more
it's
bonbons for our
beautiful.
fat asses.
But yeah,
crazy.
that's fucking
One more
nuts.
time with meaning. You are a bunch of fucking clowns. I cannot wait to drive by your
Cue
house.
music.
I cannot wait to drive by their house. And I'm going to buy the house across the street. And I'm going to buy it for a lot less. And then I'm going to sit and pose in front of his for sale sign that was dated 1960 fucking 8.
It's got the same.
Take your fucking wood grain TV stand that has fake drawers in it and speakers built in, all housing a 19-inch tube television.
Fucking 8 tracks.
Fucking
Whoop your
Zenith.
ass.
You're fucking
Zenith.
That's fucking great.
fucking clowns. Ah! And there's a bunch of people that I know listen to the show. I hope pass this message along.
Yeah.
Small town word will
Oh
get out.
shit, that's funny as hell. But yeah, like I said, I saw it. There's no fucking way that thing is worth that much money. It's not. It's not. It's.
There aren't many houses around here that are.
No,
to be
no,
quite honest.
no,
with
there
you.
isn't.
But
There
there's
isn't.
limited inventory, so they're trying to gouge you.
Yeah, they're gouging.
Do you know who also won't pay for that house? The bank.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
bank will ever estimate this.
Never,
No way.
never.
They had an oven that looked like it hadn't been opened since around that time. And on top of it, it's in the corner of the room. So, like, you can open a drawer or you can open the oven. Can't do both.
Can't do both. Yeah.
Can't do both. Fire hazard.
Was it that nice apricot color?
Or
No,
was it,
not
or was it that? Or was it that dark green,
That-
friggin'
Yeah,
nasty
that apricot.
color?
Like
No, the wood was nice. It was solid wood, but it had like all these knots in it. Like even then, they were probably like, fuck it.
yeah.
Okay, but it had enough knots in it to look like a bunch of fucking like disembodied eyes were just staring at you. the whole
Like
night.
a glory house.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a bunch of glory holes. If you're really tall or really short and standing on the counter, it was an atrocious house. I didn't even run the water. And for some reason, too, I should say this now because I'm never talking about this house again, but they had like one of everything. And then they had a litany of those like bulb hair dryers that old women sit
No
under.
fucking way.
They're like
really?
4 or 5 of them in the
Are you
house.
serious? Wow.
And I'm like, what are you running? Some kind of like weird
Yeah,
bootleg
salon.
underground
Sal-
hair salon?
From
Black
68.
market salon.
We only, we only do 60s dudes.
Portuguese mafia blue hairs. Go to there. I'm gonna go get my hair did.
The only way you can get an appointment is to apply on the dark web, like on the
I heard it from Morty on the dark web. How do you gotta get a permanent?
How do you get that shade of blue?
Oh shit!
great.
Yeah, it's freaking nuts. But you know what? There's more houses out there.
That shit happens for a reason, brother. You know that.
You know, I'd like to be
man.
that positive. I'm gonna move next door to Craig, and I'm gonna get some dead people juice in my basement too.
There you go.
Dead people juice.
There you
I
go.
got dead people juice in my basement. I don't live anywhere near a freaking cemetery.
But you know what? Let's move on.
Oh, can I wait? I gotta say one more thing. One more thing. I caught a little bit of heat, as expected, over the past week. Well, the past few days. We only got the episode up a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I guess some of you might have fallen asleep during it. That wasn't you sleeping. That was just 20 minutes of dead air.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not letting this go, bro. I'm not letting you go.
At least the show ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It
started.
ended.
And then
came to
And
a-
then just kept going.
Yeah. It came to a logical conclusion.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we said it. And I could just see Craig pausing there. Like,
Needless to say, we said it.
I told you it was dramatic effects.
like when they did on the sitcoms, like they pretend to pause and freeze frame. Yeah. And Craig's just said, eh. But I felt a little guilty because we may have taken some shots, and by we, I mean me, at Anne Frank. And so, you know, I could do
I
the
don't
obvious
think she's
thing
feeling too
and
bad
say,
about
I
it.
did not see that coming.
Yeah, I don't think she cares.
I don't think she cared. This week I will try to aim sig higher. But no, all joking aside, I'm not making fun of the Holocaust. I'm not making fun of that.
No.
So I just, for equal time this week, we're going to anger masturbating Christians. And then next week, we're going to cover Buddhists who think that reincarnation is real. I hope all of them come out as a maggot eating a turd in a Tim Hortons.
It's nice.
We call that a callback.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah,
now
people-
I'm done.
Yeah, no, I know people were busting your balls about that whole thing. And frankly, I didn't think it was a big deal. But
What the fuck?
it's all right. We'll just move on.
Oh, man. All right, I'm done for real, man.
Yeah, that's it. But, you know, it could be worse. You could be parents of a hideous-looking woman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
You know, we're going to get into the headlines here. And a California woman is suing her parents for being ugly.
Yeah.
And she's got a case.
Mike, how's your case going?
I mean, she's definitely got a case. But
She got a case of what? She got a case of something.
Oh, gosh.
You see that picture? Holy shit.
Far be it from anybody at this table to criticize somebody for being
No,
ugly.
no,
I know.
exactly.
I know,
Exactly.
but-
But
Damn.
my God.
Yeah, that was a
I
fucking
mean, you're
scary
ugly.
situation.
All right, that's fine. Don't go out of your fucking way to do something stupid like this and draw all the attention on the.
I just hope she gets a happy ending and gets adopted by Chunk's family.
You know, and I just, you know, there's instead of suing your parents,
Dude, she fucking looks just like him too. Dude,
she
that's so
does look
fucking-
like Chunk.
Oh my god.
Baby Ruth. Hey guys. But her claim was that her parents were so genetically poor and
Yeah.
so ugly on their own. And by the way, they weren't. They were normal
No,
looking
they
people.
look like normal
yeah,
people.
but like two positives don't always equal a positive. Sometimes they equal a negative.
The shit clashes.
Oh my God, there was some recessive genes.
Yeah, there was something going on.
You know what the
thing.
best? You know what the best would be is if they went to court and everything, and then fucking all this shit happens, and at the end they're like, "Honey, you're actually adopted."
Yeah, she had like
we
that
saved
a toxic
her.
Avenger looking
Yeah,
thing
that-
going
exactly.
on.
That's what we were
She
saying,
looked
yeah.
like she was melted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fucked up.
Yeah, she's
And I
definitely
just,
10 and
you know,
2 with the eyes.
Instead of suing her parents, you know, beauty's on the inside, man. So maybe
sorry,
she's get a
kid.
surgery and turn herself inside out or something. I don't know.
Probably look a lot better than she does.
Beauty's on the inside, but she.
God.
I mean, again, far be it from us to call anybody ugly. I actually even find certain people that a lot of people consider ugly, I find them attractive. There's nothing redeeming about this woman, and she makes it even worse because she's suing her parents for bad genes.
That's the
Yeah.
worst. My
Okay,
God.
I just hope she's got a good personality, but based on the fact that she's going to be litigious about the fact that she's fucking ugly. I mean, no amount of makeup, This is
No, this isn't.
There's
There's no makeover.
No.
She's not going on a morning show and getting a makeover.
Yeah.
it's not happening.
There's uneven like parts of that face where you can never fill in. It's
Unless
up,
she's
down,
coming
left,
out
right.
dressed as the unknown comic from the fucking Gong Show.
And even then, you can see that you'll see the dips in the bag.
Yeah,
Trust me. Even then, you
the
would.
bag's all lumpy.
Like the Elephant Man put a paper bag.
Remember
on
those
his
things
face.
where you used to have those rubber faces with the finger holes in them and you make them move around? That's basically what she looked like. And so she was gross. She was gross.
No, she was, and I think she needs to hang around schools for the blind.
Yeah, definitely good idea.
Because if she's a nice
There you
person, she's
go.
all set.
Good
But
idea.
if she's going to find a prospect in there, she's going to make sure that this person is a candidate for a successful eye surgery.
right.
Because apparently
Exactly.
she was married.
What? She was married?
She was married twice.
to a blind guy.
She was married
She
twice.
was married to Rocky Dennis.
I was gonna say, didn't he go out with some blind chick too?
She was married twice, and the first husband
shit.
said that he told the judge that every morning when he woke up and saw her,
the
he was
shit out of him.
he was like getting physically nauseous.
Oh my god!
He told this in the
And the
course.
judge is probably like, "Ooh, I see what you mean. Do
Yeah.
judgment for
And,
the
I mean, this is fucking terrible, but he was, and he was sick. But then the best was, and I say the best, but it's not the best. This is fucking horrible.
Oh, that's the fucking best, dude.
But this
That's
woman,
great, man.
her second husband, was blind.
She got married again.
Her second husband was blind.
Her second
though. It made a
husband
little
was
sense.
blind.
All right, but did he have a sense of feel?
Yeah,
No.
he felt her.
That
ugly
doesn't
ass.
belong there.
What happened was, her second husband was nearly blind. He wasn't 100% blind. She got a surgery that repaired 40% of his vision, and he filed for divorce a week later.
Oh my god! See, that's why she's suing her parents. She's so distraught about.
Can you
all
imagine
that
him?
shit.
He's blind.
But-
He's probably ugly too, and he's like, I can
This-
feel the
see
tits.
now.
That's good.
But this says a lot. If you could tell that a blur is ugly,
Oh my god!
then I fucking get it.
Well, the white spots on the blur should be on a straight line,
Yeah.
but one wasn't. Honey, are you on a hill? No. Oh, fuck me.
Is your face? Is your head tilted right
Could you
now?
imagine
No?
you get your vision back? He's like, how many photos did I take with this thing?
animal.
Every family event, I've got photos out there on the internet with this.
Fucking
hag.
slap your parents. Why didn't you tell me?
I'll be honest with you. I wonder if she's got a sister and a brother trying to sell a house in Bristol, Rhode Island.
Oh shit, dude, that's awesome.
Right? Yeah, but it's horrible.
Love chunk.
I feel bad for her, but the only
You don't. You
I
wouldn't
don't.
have put it in this outline if you cared.
No, because the
don't
only
think-
reason why I'm making fun of her, she's actually fucking suing her parents.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the only reason.
And being a douche about
you
it.
don't
So
make
you
fun of
know
ugly
that
people
she's
unless
not
They deserve it. Sorry.
she's not a decent person. Apparently she's a piece
Well,
of shit.
it wasn't just that she's suing. She's actually hoping to lobby the State Department.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Yes.
Okay, to pass legislation on banning people who don't meet decent beauty or aesthetic criteria to be sterilized.
To be sterilized,
She's
yes.
telling them that if you're ugly, I mean, Mike, I'm sorry, but snip it.
Yeah, basically you're fucked. Yeah.
So in other words, she would be fucking sterilized.
Yeah, like she's saying that, but she's saying that the couples cannot be.
But
it's
you
ridiculous.
guys said the parents weren't that.
They
ugly.
weren't. I mean, they weren't models, but they were normal-looking
They look
old
like
people.
normal old people. Yeah.
Yeah, she was spayed, all right. She was spayed by God. That face like lightning struck down, and I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah. Maybe fucking the doctor slapped her face when she came out, like instead of
Punched
her
her
ass.
face.
You know what I mean? Like,
Punched her in the
maybe he
face.
didn't know which side was up.
It's
He was like,
You got a bouncing baby girl, and then he tried to bounce her. Yeah, that was it. What a
Cement.
horrendous woman, ugly inside and out. So I have no
yes.
problem making fun
No,
of her.
I don't.
Fuck her.
I
Fuck
don't,
her.
not at all.
Yep.
Fuck her. Good luck selling that house, skank.
oh shit! But no, those fucking first guy escaped because he wanted to vomit every morning when he saw her. Second guy got some of his vision back.
Okay, but she didn't get uglier. Like, he got in this relationship with her, and he married. He walked down the aisle
he
and
was
saw that
probably-
thing wearing white.
He probably wasn't the prettiest dude in the world either.
Call it a hunch.
You know, call it a hunch. Probably just dying to get laid. Finally started to get laid. And then he was like, you know what? It's really not worth it. You know, to wake up in the morning and see that.
Honey, can we try something other than doggy? No.
Yeah.
Why do you like my face muffled so much?
But so you got that. Then the second husband finally regains his sight and fucking blazes.
That's crazy, man.
Fucking 2 miracles performed in 1 week. but then, you know, but it's funny that this leads us to the next headline.
Well,
how
as
bad
bad as
do you
she-
want to get away?
Well, that's it. I mean, if you roll over one day and say, I literally can't look at this thing anymore.
Yeah.
That's bad enough, but you tell her, I literally can't look at you anymore. I'm out. Yeah, and then go sue your parents because you're a
And then what did she say?
genetic-
Oh, it's okay. You can go get surgery tomorrow.
genetic misfire. But a Virginia husband lied about being kidnapped by a biker gang.
Yes.
So he could run away with his now girlfriend.
Yes.
That bad.
There are so many other ways to do this.
Right?
I don't know where. Well, apparently they had money. Money wasn't an issue.
No. They were actually, they were comfortable. They were, you know.
No, he had the largest house ever built in Billings, Montana.
They were comfortable.
They were doing okay. No, I mean
And it was still less than 400 grand.
yeah, but do you know what 400 grand gets you in Billings, Montana?
Yeah, I
it gets you Billings, Montana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they had a few bucks, but he just fell in love, and you know what? Like, let's be real, guys. Women make us do crazy shit.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere along the way when you're plotting this story, in your head, you're sitting in a garage like this, and you're drinking beers like we are, and you're saying, "How the fuck do I get out of this?" All right, and then all of a sudden a motorcycle goes by, and all of a sudden the thought just sparks in your head. That's it. That's it. The Sons of Anarchy showed up.
Yep.
And they threw me on the back of their bike, and I sat bitch for 800 miles.
Yeah.
And then
I wonder if they watched that show together and, like, you know what I mean? Him and his wife, fucking, and
I
maybe
don't.
that's how he
I
got that
guarantee you they
idea.
smoked some things together.
Yeah,
because
something
this was the best plan he had. He couldn't think of, like, honey, I've just had it. I
Yeah.
want out. No, I got a girlfriend. I'm going to be kidnapped by a biker gang and never be seen again.
Being that dumb, how do you get the biggest house in
I don't know, it's
Billings,
fucked up, but
Montana?
why didn't he just have the fucking biker gang fucking
No.
kidnap his wife and take her
Thank
ass
you.
away?
Right?
That's a
what
better
I would
plan,
do If
right?
you want to use a biker gang as an alibi.
The worst part is he told the police they brought me to my business because he owned a garage,
Yeah.
right? And he said they took me there, made me open my safe, and took all the stuff and then took off and left me. But he himself, who owns the place, had security cameras all over the fucking place. So the cops just go through the security cameras like, no, they didn't.
what a fucking idiot.
So
They were just out of view.
yeah. So when he did that, he changed his story. You know what I mean? And so, saying they took him somewhere else. And I forgot, I can't remember exactly. I did read it, but I can't remember exactly what the second scenario was. The second story he rolled into was ridiculous. It was
opposed
just
to the
as
first
ridiculous as the first one. His own business, he doesn't know he's got security cameras all over the place. They were like, all right, let's just look at the security cameras. No,
Even
no, it
Aaron
never showed up.
Hernandez tried to freaking destroy his security cameras,
exactly.
man.
But the worst part was he used a real motorcycle gang. He said that the motorcycle club, the Pagans,
Are you
kidnapped
fucking?
him.
See, he actually said their name. He's
Yes.
fucked.
Oh,
So that's why
so
I
now
said-
they're involved.
So now
And
they're
now it's just a matter of time before he is actually
kidnapped and never found again. Yeah, exactly.
because
Oh, I don't think they're kidnapping him.
no,
I think
no.
it ends a little quicker than
It's
that.
yeah.
No, they might kidnap
He's
his
gonna
wife,
He's
though.
gonna get a good ass kicking somewhere.
How bad was this bitch?
Yes.
Like, how bad was she that you're willing to put your life and your safety at risk and make up a story about a bunch
It's
of guys?
probably it might not have so much to do with her, but the chick that he was fucking banging.
Well, let me ask you this: though.
Right.
How far would you go to escape a bad relationship, or how far would you go for a better one? Okay, there's certain things I don't know. I wouldn't cheat on my wife. I don't
No.
believe in it.
Yeah.
But
golden.
if I was ever so inclined, I certainly wouldn't come up with an elaborate scheme. I'd just be like, I'm out. You don't want to be with me anymore because I don't want to be with you.
Well,
Yeah,
that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
they had millions of dollars and shit. You know, you go to freaking court for that, and they don't want to give up.
He's going to go to court anyway because nobody gets kidnapped forever.
Yeah, exactly. Especially you show back up like, oh yeah,
It didn't work out. My bad.
Yeah.
Like I mean, once in
Idiocy.
college, I was dating a girl, but I was sleeping with another one, and so I faked a major illness to stay in bed one day. It was a cold winter. It was a gray Sunday, and she had Redskins tickets, and she was all excited. I didn't want to go see the Redskins, and I didn't want to see her. And I was in bed already, so I figured, like, cut out the middleman. Why would I go out and sit out in the cold just to maybe get a hand job later? I got a chick naked right here. So
Yeah, right?
I figured, split the difference.
one in the hands.
I don't know. I don't know if I was avoiding her, racist football. I don't really know, but it was. That's the only time I've ever done anything like that. And I came up with an elaborate string of lies,
Yeah.
and then I said, you know what, this kind of sucks. I don't want to do this anymore, and I broke up with her, and that was it. Like that was it.
No shit.
Nobody ever kidnapped me. I may have called out sick from work a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got the flu, or my dad's not feeling good. Got to head to New York. No.
Nah, yeah. And not only that, it's you're married to somebody. As much as you hate him and stuff, there's a line of they deserve that respect for you to at least say.
Well, that's the difference
to say
between us
as long
people
as
like
she's
him.
not. I mean, if she was a trampy whore that was going around banging everybody at bars, and he was like, you know what, fuck you, I'm out of here, and I'm going to fake this because I don't want to lose all my money. That'd
That's
be
the
one
thing.
thing. But if she's just sitting at home like, oh, I made you dinner.
Yeah, but see,
You know,
you
You can't
or-
use your money if you're kidnapped.
Exactly.
So
I
what's
was
the
just
point
thinking
of
that.
having
There
this
is no
money and
point.
protecting this money? You're off in somebody's
It's-
Yeah,
basement.
you're right, because you're not going to lose the money.
This is a guy that told the cops that he was at his own shop.
This guy
you know,
just
with a
didn't
bunch of
give
guys,
a fuck about his
you know.
money. He just wanted to get the. She must be fucking. To answer your question, she must have been pretty fucking bad.
We thought, we're saying this guy what would you do to get away from your wife? Or
And one guy
why?
had an answer, all right.
Fucked up story.
What happened, Mike?
Fucking man kills and eats his wife after being stuck in an elevator for 72
For
hours.
72 hours.
72
Not
hours.
7 days. Not 7 weeks.
You'd think that this was going to be out in the sticks. You'd think this was going to be out in Arkansas or even
Yeah.
up in Alaska. No, this was
Or
in the
Ethiopia.
yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
Or somewhere in
That's
the Middle
terrible.
East, exactly. No, this was in the birthplace of independence, ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes. yeah. And
Crazy.
if you live, they were going to their apartment. They
Oh,
were
this was their apartment building?
fucking-
Yes.
Are you serious? This is the elevator.
They lived in the
house
building.
where they lived. in.
They were going somewhere quick. That's why they didn't have their cell phones on them. They lived on like the 38th floor or something like that. So they weren't like you said, out in the sticks. And
So this
these
guy
are
was
people-
basically yards from his refrigerator when this
Yes.
happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he got
Oh my
stuck in it. No, let me ask you this. You live in a 38-story high-rise in a major city in the United States. How come nobody saved them? How did somebody not figure out that this elevator was busted?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
isn't
get
it-
it was over a weekend period. They said.
Yeah,
so nobody was
people
there.
use them on the
Nobody was-
weekends. I've
Yeah,
seen
but-
seen it happen.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I guess I don't know. I
That
don't
is
know
so
why.
weird.
But yeah, it was stuck for 3 days.
Okay, so 3 full days. Admittedly, me and my wife would be at wit's end. I'd probably try to, John McClane this thing and try to climb out the top.
Yes.
And see how close I was to another floor. Maybe I could
Yeah.
open the door. At that point, I'm hungry. Okay, but you see my wife. We just hung out with her. Not a whole lot of good eating there.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what goes through your mind where she's like nodding off. She's tired, whatever. And you say, okay, I'm just going to end her.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to chow down without even cooking it.
It turned into like one of those like fucking Woody Woodpecker or Tom and Jerry episodes where they're on the island and he's looking at her and she's turned into this turkey with fixins.
big fucking hot dog. Yeah, exactly.
He's just staring at her like, oh, he's drooling and shit. Like,
But what was he going to do? Like, he knows that once the elevator turns back on, you're fucked.
you're fucked. You're gonna find you
Because there's going to be a video of you going in with 2 people and you coming out bloody with one.
But he said he wasn't even trying to hide it. He did it he said he was just fearing for his life because they said as soon as they fixed the elevator, he came out like in like a spastic like tears, like I can't believe
I can't
I
believe
had
you just
to
ate
do
my
this.
wife.
He genuinely couldn't control himself to not kill his wife and eat her.
Yeah,
For 3
the
fucking
worst
days.
part was he said he was after the third day he was severely dehydrated.
Well, that's to be
and,
expected.
You know, and yes, which it is, and starving. He weighed over 300 pounds.
There we go.
So he wasn't
here we
starving.
go.
You know what I
But he
mean?
was used to food on time all
And-
the time, it seems.
The dehydration I get, and all he kept thinking was, I need to drink her blood and eat her.
Well, he couldn't punch a hole in her
Like-
freaking bladder and drink that. What
Yeah.
the fuck? You might as well
But-
go all the way.
But
Oh my God.
that's well,
What the
that's what I was
fuck? You're
thinking.
gonna eat your
Just
wife.
just Bear Grylls it and drink your own piss. That guy could have been in there for 72 days
No shit.
and not been starved to death.
That's crazy.
His
I could
shirt
never-
tied around his head.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
Honestly,
elevator
I
in
could
a
not-
high rise.
I could definitely never do that to my wife, and if she fucking had to do that to me, guaranteed would die of a heart attack, of cholesterol poisoning, or something after that.
I couldn't do that to my wife, and not just because I love her, but more the fact that I know it would just be tough and bitter.
Every time yeah, exactly. Every time your stomach growls, what are you doing, Craig?
That would have killed her. It would have been like man stuck in an elevator with wife for 72 minutes.
I thought the end was near. See, what killed me about this story, like the whole, well, what killed me, the whole thing is fucking revolting, but he ate 12 pounds of her.
Yes.
12 pounds. Now, chances are she was also an ample woman, but
Yeah.
12 pounds. I haven't eaten 12 pounds of anything in a weekend.
Yeah. That's
72 hours.
insane.
That's like eating like 19 steaks.
Yep.
That's
What
crazy,
are you
man.
doing? Okay, and then what parts did he focus on? Did he go right for the thighs and the wings there?
Yeah.
Was he more of an organ meat guy?
Organ meat, yeah.
Or did he do like lips casserole?
And my thing is,
Casserole.
did he just like, what did he choke her and then just start taking bites? Like she was like
Is that how he killed her? Did he choke her?
I,
or-
yeah, I don't know. To be honest
Or
with
just
you,
eat her
they
to
don't
death.
mention that in the article. It doesn't say how he actually killed her. I'm thinking he strangled her,
I was hoping he hunted her a little bit, make a sport out of it.
hunted her. It was 200-300-pound people in a fucking 6x6. They
Actually-
couldn't even sit down for 3 days.
Actually, one was only 288 pounds. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I
12
just
pounds was-
that was obviously the joke, you douchebag. But but I would like to see him have a little bit of respect for the meat.
Right?
Yeah, chase her around a little bit, give her a fighting chance, and
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
and
like
then,
Hunter.
ram her face into all 19 buttons or whatever.
That's another. Isn't there like a call button on those freaking things?
There
too?
is.
You know what I mean?
That's what I don't
Calling
understand.
nobody.
Apparently, he said he after a few hours he like freaked out and pried the doors open.
Oh, so you
And then
couldn't
when
do
he
that
pried the
first?
doors open, it was just a brick wall. In front of
Sorry,
him.
hon.
After all that
Brick
work.
wall, I gotta
Fuck.
eat you.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't imagine doing this for the most important reason is that I don't want my last meal on earth to be vegan. Oh my
I
god.
wonder how long. I mean, they opened the elevator 72 hours later, but how long do you think it took for him to start eating? I say it was like right after lunch.
2-3 hours, yeah.
Right after lunch. Guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying. Because it like
Jeez.
because he didn't like it wasn't like an
He-
hour before they got him out. That
Yeah,
he just
I ate 12
decided, "I'm
pounds of
gonna
my
kill him."
wife like an hour ago. No, you didn't. You ate
No.
like 2 pounds here.
Now he's
2
going to
pounds
jail.
there,
First
pound
day.
there.
Yeah.
First day he
guaranteed.
killed her inside of
No, then he paced himself, figuring it would be 3 days.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows how long it takes to fix an elevator in that fucking building.
The worst part was you see him. He has a mullet.
I haven't seen it.
And
I haven't
he's
seen a picture.
slightly
of it.
balding on top with the
Skullet.
mullet.
Yeah, he's got the
he's got a
skullet.
skullet.
Really?
And about and he was 300 and something pounds, 300 plus pounds.
But he's like the Jeffersons. They had a nice apartment in the sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that wasn't on the application. Do you ever
Beans don't
fantasize
burn
about
on a
eating
grill.
No, but they do in the elevator.
Jesus. Oh my God. The guy's going to be in jail for 75 years.
Yeah.
And he's getting a
going to jail.
show made.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Just keep
Imagine
that
if they
in
go in
mind.
lockdown.
No. How long are lockdowns? About 72. No. Fuck. Oh, do we have any stories that don't involve murdering or leaving your wives? Do you have any good family
we
stories?
do. Actually, we do. We have a graduation story.
Oh, 'tis the season.
You know, someone graduated successful, summa cum laude.
Loudy.
Loudy. Yeah, Loudon. I said
Loudon.
summa cum laude. I can't believe I said that because I know it. That's the worst part.
I listened back to the episodes. I want to make a clips episode of everything you have fucked up. All the names you have fucked up.
It would
No
be
doubt.
3 hours.
It would, and 2.5 would be Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Okay, but then there was Luis Guzman during my roast.
Guzman.
You said Guzam.
Guzami.
Who the fuck is Luis Guzam?
But yeah.
Sorry, but
But this proud mother orders a cake for her son, who graduated with the highest of honors, and wanted to have it put on a cake. And summa cum laude is spelled SUMMACUMLAUDE.
right.
And when she received the cake, it was spelled SUMMA LAUDE, because they didn't want to put cum on the cake.
Well, for that I am thankful.
But they censored the cake they censored it, and how do you not know that?
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that the people at Publix supermarket, there aren't too many summa cum laude graduates there.
Yeah.
So chances are this is something that they probably took an online order. And that's what I'm thinking happened, where they saw
Yeah.
it spelled out.
Yeah,
And then
they
said,
did.
oh, I'm not writing cum.
Yep.
Even though it's cum. It's
Yeah.
pronounced cum. It's Latin. It's
Latin.
used like a
Yep.
fucking hyphen.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. I'm so tired of these censorship stories, to the point where somebody is so dumb they don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know if they thought it was talking about coming loudly. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Some come loudly.
But it's fucking ridiculous because it doesn't matter. If you're going to say, okay, we don't do any vulgarity or anything like that, that's not that
Still not appropriate. It doesn't apply.
it's still not, it doesn't apply. It's an actual word. You know what I mean?
It is the language that born all the other languages.
Yes.
It's
exactly.
Latin.
It's
I mean,
Latin.
And
Yep.
you know what? We're such a fucking porned up society now that we can't see that word without going, ooh, spooge.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, jizz. Fucking, but
Jizz on a cake.
jizz on a cake. Yeah. But even that, like I said, it doesn't matter because my thing was, don't censor my cake. Tell me you're not going to do it.
Yeah. Don't make me
then
pay for this shit.
Don't make me pay for it, and then I open it and it's a surprise. You know what I mean? Just do it, and or say, hey, we noticed there's some profanity on here, and we don't do that. And then the person could have said, well, listen, dumbass, it's not profanity, it's Latin. You know what I mean? And they would, but at the same time, like I said, fuck that. Doesn't matter. If I want to say this cake is made out of cum, if I want you to write that on it, just fucking do it.
Can we do that for our 1 year party?
Yeah.
We have our 1 year anniversary. We'll just have a cake in the basement with little flowers on
Yeah.
the end, and this cake is made of cum.
But what I'm saying,
We're gonna need
what
3
I'm
of
getting
them.
is don't fucking take it on yourself to censor it. Either do it or fucking don't. Like, tell me we don't do that.
I don't know, man.
But don't censor my cake.
I really don't think that was censorship. I think fucking all those dashes were just fucking an overzealous fucking pastry chef fucking with his interpretation of cum. Just
Maybe
that's
it
what
was.
I think it was.
The doc.
be
It was
that.
pretty even.
Could be that.
I wish I had that level of control.
Control.
What else would you write on a cake, Craig? I'm curious.
Well-
Because you say, if your first thought as an example was this cake is made of cum.
Oh,
what's
shit.
your
You know what? if I'm paying and I want it to be said on a cake, just fucking say it. Just write it. If I'm paying you, don't censor it. Either do it or don't do it. Just tell me you're not going to. Because if I want to write "Happy Birthday, you fucking fat cum dumpster" on it, do it.
Yeah, but you know what? Yes and no. They've got to put these in a display case at one point, and they got to keep them there. And people
They can put it in a box.
I guess, but I mean, could you imagine walking by? What are you writing back there? Oh, cum dumpster. With you in a moment, ma'am.
If I wanted to say "Happy Birthday, you jizz juggling sperm burper," just fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Who hurt you as a child?
Yeah. If I want to say "Happy Birthday, you monkey spanking load bank," do it.
It's a large cake.
The square ones. You know,
sheet cake.
Yeah. You know, but the round ones, you know, fuck your birthday, you knob gobbling gutter slut. Just fucking do it. But don't censor it.
Agreed. I think we should all try to do this at the local Stop and Shop.
I am. I'm going to Stop and
I
Shop
think we should all
tomorrow.
try to get a cake saying the most obscene thing we can.
Yep.
I just can't wait to bring a cake. Hey, Daddy brought cake home and it says "gargle my sack." What does my asshole look like from there?
But how do you not know that? Like, how do you not know looking at that and saying, you know what? I don't think it actually said, because it wasn't done by a CNC machine.
It was probably
You know, it wasn't robotic.
14-year-old kid working there that, you know, we have these rules. We cannot fucking do all this.
Well,
shit.
it is because, I mean, I've seen videos of cake before. Like,
I've seen videos
like
of
I
cake
mean, like,
myself.
like
When he
pictures.
gets up at 4
like-
in the morning.
like photos. I've seen photos of cakes before where people receive the cake and it says, "Name here, John, happy birthday."
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
where they've like fucking.
Oh, yeah. You always hear about this where they're like, they spell out the words. Oh, yeah. I want to write out Sean with a W.
Yeah.
They were saying the words where they misspell the name Sean and then write out the words with the W,
With the W,
in that
yeah.
blue gel that they all use, and they all got the same fucking handwriting.
It's like, are you that fucking stupid?
Yes, Craig. Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's
I guess so.
I think we can end the show now. Episode 43 is it. This is it. We finally come to the purpose.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
stupid.
they
Yes, they
are.
are.
That's why they're working in a bakery.
It's fucking insane.
If you're not even in a bakery, you're not even
No,
in,
you're not
you're not
even
even
a
in like
bakery.
private industry. You sold out to the man, and you work for
exactly.
Stop and Shop Bakery.
Yeah, because if you went to a bakery and did that, you'd get the cake and it would say what you wanted on it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do these fuckers not have stencils? Why are they still leaving it to some pimple-faced ass motherfucker? Okay, to sit there and do the handwriting with the piping bag.
Yeah.
You know, and it's always like over more to one side.
Oh,
And not only that,
Never scented.
why flowers? Can't we put something else on the side of a cake?
Skulls.
Something.
Cum shots.
Something. Yeah. Have little squirting dicks. I don't care. At least it's
There you
not
go.
another fucking
Skulls.
pastel rose.
Yeah.
Fuck that
exactly.
horse-
A giant nasty ass tasting
Who the
pastel
fuck? Who the
rose.
fuck? I know. Who the hell came up with that? Okay, let's eat flowers. How about fucking exactly.
We
Any
have
other
one
kind of-
design for a sheet cake, and then we're gonna lay it out, and we're gonna stick wax in it and light it on fire. Okay, and everybody's gonna go, "Ooh, same fucking cake you saw last year."
Yeah,
stupid.
exactly.
Do you know what? Throw me a fucking cupcake, or better yet, Little Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
give me some Little Debbie.
I'll eat
Shove
a
the
Little
candle
Debbie.
right in the plastic. Like,
Yeah.
right in the shrink wrap. Okay,
Yep.
way better than your fucking
Yes,
dry.
I've given Rob birthday presents. I mean, Twinkies with candles in them.
Yeah.
I gave Rob. Happy. Remember at your
Brad's
house?
cake. Brad's cake was made out of Twinkies with chocolate frosting.
Yep.
all over
That's
it.
right, it
right.
was. I didn't even eat it.
No, wait.
No,
that
he
was a
couldn't
different
because you would
one.
have died.
No, that was Manny's. That was Manny's.
That was
cake.
made.
Yeah.
Mine was carrot cake.
It was his was carrot.
Because you guys thought that was healthy for me.
He likes
I love you
vegetables.
guys
Get
with the
him a carrot
diabetes
cake.
because you all try so hard. Like, Fran comes up to me one day. She's like, I took the cheese off. I'm like, that has nothing to do with diabetes. All you did was ruin my burger.
I was doing something bad and you ruined it.
I mean, Leslie hands me and she watches me eat this cake and she's like, you're going to eat this. No, you're going to eat this. It's a carrot cake. None of us wanted a carrot cake, but because,
It's a carrot cake.
because you're a diabetic, I'm like, there's also 4 pounds of sugar in this thing. I'm going to end up on the floor going, it's delicious.
Oh my god!
But you guys meant so well, I wasn't going to not eat it. I went home and I was like, So yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
shit.
We're changing the name of the show to Yes They.
Yes, they are.
Do you know what else? Is Morgan Freeman a fucking pervert? Yes,
Oh
yes,
my God,
he
yes,
is.
Damn,
Broke
man, I
my
mean,
fucking heart.
no
This,
doubt,
did.
me too.
this man played the guy who armed Batman. He played the baddest ass murderer in Shawshank.
Right?
He played God.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of the finest actors of our generation or any generation.
No
He's
shit.
80 and he's cooler than everybody sitting at this table.
Yes, he is.
And you know what? I found out he's also a pervert.
He's also a pro.
And
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
He's a freak.
Yeah, it broke my heart too, man. Seeing that. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great.
Well,
actor.
maybe
well,
he wasn't.
I guess not,
apparently
yeah.
he's
Maybe
not a great guy. He's a
Yeah.
great actor.
Definitely
but-
a great actor.
He was acting like he was a caring guy. I mean, I looked up Morgan Freeman quotes this week, and I was just looking for some ones from Shawshank, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize that every interview this guy does, it's something quotable. And it's all, he talks about racism and he talks
Yes.
about equality, and he does some really, really great,
Really good stuff.
and then you realize it's all bullshit.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying he's wrong or that but what he's doing to women is horrendous. He was at like lifting their skirts,
Yeah.
and then going up to people from Entertainment Weekly and saying, "How could you sit across from me like that and cross your legs?" And then he goes, "Once, do you like getting with old men?"
Yeah.
I mean, like
With giant freckles on their face. Like,
Yeah.
like skin taggy freckles. Thousands of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I'm convinced that he was actually not Buckwheat, but the other black kid on the Little Rascals. He was Stymie.
Yeah. Stymie. Yeah.
Because Stymie, actually, they painted those freckles on.
Yeah.
God, how racist was that show? Okay.
Oh, Tay. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's fucked up. Morgan Freeman.
I mean,
you wouldn't think it.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't like, we're not talking about like he was a pervert 30 years ago when he was on the Electric
When he was
Company.
young. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're talking, he's like a pervert now.
Now, yeah, right now. he's
Could
like,
you
oh,
imagine him on the Electric Company?
Oh my god.
Morgan Freeman was on the Electric Company.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him doing that word game right now?
He's moving out in a new way right now. I'll tell you that. The word
my
game.
God, the
Oh, do you
word
remember
game.
the word game?
Yes.
Well, like
Oh,
one,
yeah.
they'd form a 2-syllable word or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they would take two halves of a word or
Yeah.
whatever it
People
was.
facing each other, just giving.
Could
off
you
words,
imagine
yeah.
him now? Ape, rape.
Fuck me.
Unsensual.
You illiterate fuck. Consensual. Age of consent. Age of consent. Oh, fucking Morgan. What happened to you, man?
What? Yeah.
the fuck,
God damn.
I
it.
mean, I think, we just watched a video. We posted it to our Facebook page during recording.
yes.
Please go to our Facebook page and check out this video. It is live. Unlike everything else that we promised we're going to post there and never do.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
It's
legit.
there right now.
And anybody who is surprised by this Morgan Freeman allegation clearly never watched The Electric Company on the side.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
This is the creepiest fucking thing. It's a librarian. And she's sitting there handling white people like white people. And then Soul Man comes walking in with the fucking brown on brown ensemble with shades on, enough polyester. Like he's fireproof in this outfit.
Oh,
He had his
absolutely.
big old shades on and
Oh
everything.
yeah, and he sneaks up behind her and goes, "Hey baby, who's my favorite girl?"
Didn't he go?
Yeah.
I just can't roll my R's.
I just can't roll my eyes.
But he sneaks up behind her and then does like the I'm on this side, I'm on this side. Again. She's at work.
Yeah.
That's a fireable offense today.
Yep.
With or without. I mean, oh god, it was so fucking creepy. So check out this video. guys.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's messed up.
But I think we should use this as the roundup.
Oh, I think we should. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, is it ever going to end? That's all I got to ask. Is this ever going to end? Our roundup, I don't think we need to frame it. Morgan Freeman was the latest celebrity to be accused of sexual harassment. What do you think his best pickup lines were? All right, I thought Morgan Freeman's best line, cities fall, but they are rebuilt. Heroes die, but they are remembered. Asses are grabbed and possibly fingered.
And I was thinking, we're going to turn it on. We're going to bring you the power. It's coming down the line, strong as can be. Now get on your knees. It's a courtesy for the electric company.
It's a courtesy. Oh, I can't have. Nobody's gonna top that.
Oh, how
Sorry.
about Orgasm? Yes, Orgasm was a little town just south of here. And Miss Daisy, and Miss Daisy insisted on me driving her there.
So that's way better than mine. I just had him going, "Morning, Miss Daisy," while staring at her dirt star.
Well, I was thinking he was in Ben-Hur, and they should make the sequel. Ben and her, and her, and her.
Oh, hey, you guys!
I like, you can't kneel down in the middle of a highway and live to talk about it, son.
And I was thinking a classic Morgan Freeman. What's in your box?
Oh, actually, this one's an actual quote. This isn't a movie line. He actually said, "I think the best thing somebody ever did to me was my mother opening her legs and squirting me out."
Oh my God, he actually fucking said that? Christ.
Craig, close us out.
You thought my voice goes deep.
Now, I want you to do housekeeping in that voice.
Well, we don't have much show news this week, but social media links. Well, you're gonna have that southern. You're gonna, well, social media links.
You start out sounding like Morgan Freeman, and then you start sounding like the guy who narrated the Dukes of Hazzard.
Right? Yeah. Waylon Jennings.
Oh, them
boar's
Duke
nest.
boys.
Oh, them
you
Duke.
start out so good. It's like, oh, it's a little Billy D. Williams, it's a little Morgan Freeman,
white
and then
boys
you
are
just
doing
jump
that
right
shit.
over the white trash highway, and you get up at Waylon Jennings. All right. Let's do a little housekeeping. Okay, I think we gave all of our show news right in the beginning.
We did.
Yeah, we're joining these networks, guys. We're joining these podcast networks on Facebook. Well, I shouldn't say networks, but it's like a networking opportunity. And everybody's just like sharing their shows, and we're all trying to listen to each other. We're trying our best to be a part of the community, but please, go share us with somebody. What else can I say? Just spread the word. If you like us, tell somebody else, and then have them do the same.
Right?
Word of mouth. It's not dead.
Yep.
It's not
Exactly.
dead. But, and you know what? Give them our social media links, right? It's at NTS_podcast on Twitter. And again, just because we like you, it's the same thing on Facebook. And our email, where you can send us private messages and send us nude pictures, mostly of Mike's family. It's at ntspod@gmail.com. And of course, Christy, who's going to be finishing out school as of today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Christy, right now, it's probably about 10:30 at night. Christy has been drunk for 7 hours. 7 hours. But anyway, you know what? We haven't done a toast tonight. Can we give a toast to Christy, ending
Christy.
a
Good
very
luck.
rewarding education career?
Yep.
And we will we'll be following your journey down to Georgia, but Christy's best accomplishment so far, other than teaching kids and doing all that wholesome shit, she also created NTSrundowns.com. And NTSrundowns.com is hopefully going to get updated soon because she's doing an amazing job with it.
Yeah,
and
she's been awesome.
really sending us a lot of love. So we're going to send it back to her tonight. Christy, cheers to you, kid. And that's about it. We have no music this week. We've got nothing to announce. We're pretty fucking boring. Craig, take us out as always.
Needless to say, we said it.
20 minutes of silence.